kiss my feet. I will step.
Hello, my beautiful little Moglets. So today we are going to be checking out Specter Tenebria. Pretty cool. I think she was actually one of my very first Moonlight 5 stars, but I think I got like my first 3 Moonlight 5 stars within the span of about 10 minutes. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. She's not fully raised yet. We still have a few levels to do, an Awaken to do, some Moglets to put in her, maybe some better gear as well. But similar to what I did with Melissa, what we're going to do is try her as she is, just as a sort of demo. And then in a couple days, we're going to max out her skills, get her to 60, get that 6th Awaken, and give her really, really good gear. So this is more like a realistic look at Tenebria, and then we're going to go like full potential Tenebria. You know, realistic is probably level 60 though, because leveling is the easiest thing to do pretty much. So we'll go ahead and at least get her to level 60. Criticize me if you will for using penguins, I don't really care. I do believe, however, the 6th Awakening isn't as like realistic average player because it does require quite a lot, you know, a ton of epic catalysts. However, we are going to get some Moglets for now, but not totally maxing them. So we're going to do a +3 on Endless Nightmare. There we go. I would actually like to +3 this, but we don't have any more Rings of Glory. We're sadly going to have to only +2 her basic. We might be able to max out her passive via the Alchemist Steeple. It's really good for impatient people. 7 for 4 does kind of suck, to be honest, since you'll most likely need every catalyst eventually, but that's the price of impatience. So let's go ahead. Can also get this one, although then the 6th Awakening will be delayed a little bit, but I think it's worth it. Her passive is super interesting, not only for PvP, but also PvE. I'm not sure, but I think it used to be that only when her allies die, she gets this 10% up to 50%, but now it's enemy or ally. So this is also really, really good for PvE when you have a wave beforehand that has, you know, 2, 3, 4 enemies. She can get a ton of attack and defense straight off the bat. And, you know, in PvP too, if she can kill a couple enemies over there, if one of yours dies, you know, that's kind of a lot of stats there. But yeah, that's actually where we're going to stop with Skill Enhance. We actually don't have much of a choice anyway, since we're missing Rings of Glory. But I would say this is much closer to a real representation of her and not godly, you know, because I think a lot of heroes can be really impressive when they're completely maxed with amazing in-game gear, you know, of which, you know, not everyone has access to. Of course, though, we're going to start with PvP as usual. I had a few different thoughts about how to use her. One way can be with ML lots, like in this team, and just replacing my damage dealer, which is Judge Kisa, with Tenebria. I haven't tried anything with her yet. I usually like to save these first impressions for when I'm actually, you know, recording and doing this stuff. That's not that efficient or smart, but it feels like more interesting things come out of it because I kind of don't know what to expect either. Let's just try this to start. Swag. Probably should have swatched. Probably should have swapped out Ruzid because, like, I don't think I need him. Nope. We are faster by way more than Ruzid was necessary. Ruzid doesn't even have gear. Okay, so the cool thing is, her basic skill, we're gonna kind of talk about her skill set throughout the video, but like her basic skill is pretty interesting because you can burn it and get an extra turn. So when she is godly in godly gear and everything, you could probably wipe out, you know, 2 to 3 enemies by single targeting them. However, she is not in godly gear and her skills need to be raised further. We're gonna try it anyway on who I would assume is probably one of the squishiest. Vildred there. Go. Didn't work.
Play with me.
Rip. Fine. Let's go on Bazaar. Boom. Wow.
I'm bored.
She's kind of weak right now. Okay, yeah, so that wasn't very good. We can decrease their combat readiness if we kill one of them with her 3rd skill, which gets increased damage when they are debuffed. So probably my only real shot would be Vildred, honestly, considering how much damage her basic did to Bazaar over there. It's just then Bazaar won't get pushed back, and then we will, because Bazaar has combat readiness stuff as well. It's quite annoying. Oh, she didn't crit. That's actually weird. She should have. All right, so this week of PvP is not off to a good start. Did I take the crit chance? I didn't. 14.4? Oh, my bad. She only has 98.5 crit chance. I mean, I would say her stats are kind of solid, you know? They're not bad. Of course, they can be better. She could have more crit damage. That would be nice. her set is a little bit wonky right now, but I'm mainly going on substats here. It does feel like she needs effectiveness for like the poisons and stuff. She also has speed boots on. Of course, she doesn't need those with ML lots, but I was also going to try biking in there. We're going to try the same team. It's just kind of bad because in this case, Tenebria will not have an attack buff. This time we're going to start on Seaside Bellona. Hope to get some bleeds on there. A very nice amount of bleeds. So I'm going to leave her for later. Go ahead and hit Vildred. Alright, Vildred just died unfortunately, but that's actually not too bad. Our Moonlight Tenebria got 10% more stats. Should be her turn now. It was very close though, I gotta say. Bazaar is at 99% combat readiness, but here we go. Bazaar, hopefully. That does no damage. Okay, to be fair, she's not done yet, but still, it's very, very little damage. And then we're... Oh, I forgot about that part. But here we go. Hopefully this will do a good chunk of damage because she has 4 debuffs, you know. Yeah, I mean, it was alright. Really feels like for her playstyle, she really needs that attack buff. So I might get like Vivian in here or something since she can attack like 3 times in a row. But then Vivian would need to hold on to this thing that Moonlight Shuri is currently holding. And let's see how this works. So obviously I'm just trying a bunch of random stuff. Seeing, also, I mean, the teams are always different, so it's kind of hard to see what's really good and what's not, but... Oh, that's definitely... Okay, so yeah, that was Arena. Very, very cool. We're done with that for now. She probably really does need, like, good stuff for Arena, I can imagine. You know, I mean, that is the competitive part. So we're not going to actually do any Abyss floors, but she can obviously be super amazing here. Her basic skill has Poison, which you can spam via soul burns. Some of the newer like 80 to 90 floors are immune to poison, or like it's kind of useless to try and poison them, but a lot before that, you know, it's nice. I would also say for most hunts, not only because she's dark and doesn't really have any disadvantage, but also because she has poison. And of course there is that wave before the boss where there are enemies. So while of course a single target fire damage dealer is going to be better in Golem, if you don't have that many resources to spend and you happen to pull a Moonlight Tenebria, then I would say she's worth it. So after we get through this wave, she's going to have a constant 30% attack and defense increase. So we're going to stop auto for a second just to spam this on him, hopefully get some poisons. Yep, that was good. Lots of poisons there. Ooh, nice, more poisons. Let's try this one. Yeah, we got a poison. Okay, so it'll be better once the S1 is maxed, of course. there is definitely some chance I'm missing there. But hey, she is our MVP. Check out those battle results. Most damage, obviously, since I stopped to soul burn it. Ravi would have most likely beat her if I stopped to soul burn hers twice. But you also have to remember she is dark type, so you can bring her pretty much anywhere. Also Labyrinth, she's going to be really, really nice here because her, 50% attack and defense is going to stack across rounds. And so once you kill those first 5 enemies in Labyrinth, she'll keep that 50%. Didn't mean to go in with this team. Let's hit the yield button instead of going out of the gate like we usually do. So this is my typical normal Labyrinth team. And we have my Hell Labyrinth team here. It's a little bit different, obviously. This team is because I can get a lot of morale out of it, and it's good enough to beat all the bosses. I can't get quite as much morale out of this team, but they can also kill the bosses rather nicely. So I think for this, we're just going to replace Luluka there. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, everyone else kind of needs to be there. Then again, we don't have any defense break now. Guess Ravi doesn't need to be there. Sorry, Ravi. She might not be that good for Julieve Council since he kind of just buffs himself when you debuff him, and she has debuffs on her basic, which is typically a no-go for Julieve, but I found it's not that big of a deal anyway. We're going to go for that dude over there. That's usually the one I go for first. Basically, we're just trying to see her 50% attack and defense in action. Also, while it may seem obvious, I should mention that it doesn't matter who kills the enemy. She will get this Nightmare Illusion buff, the 50% attack and defense, and she does indeed keep it from round to round. So yes, now that we've gone through 2 waves, she'll have a constant 50% attack and defense buff. So we can check out a couple soul burn basics now. Here we go. Pretty nice. Can burn that again. I mean, he's gonna get an extra turn at one point, I guess. Yeah, and unfortunately her extra turn doesn't take priority there. Now we can hopefully kill one of these spiders with their single target and push them back a little. Oh, well, they're already at the very back, so it doesn't really help anything. Could do a couple more soul burn basics, get him the rest of the way down. Yeah, she's a solid damage dealer. I think she'd be pretty good on PvP defense as well, since, I mean, well, there's lots of AoE in the meantime, a lot of AoE cleave, so I don't know how good she is on defense anymore. Back then, I think people were using a lot of single target cleave as well, but nowadays, sadly, we don't get as much morale with this team. 24. It's still not bad, it's serviceable, but like, since my other team can do it, I'd probably just stick with that. But yeah, I think that'll pretty much do it for the introductory into Specter Tenebria here. All in all, she is a solid hero. I mean, she has to be. She's a Moonlight 5-star. She's one of the ones that got buffs. This wasn't that recent though, which made her a lot better. That passive is just pretty insane, and I can imagine in better gear, because she doesn't have super good gear right now, she'd be a much more impressive unit, because it doesn't really seem like it right now, but keep an eye out for the follow-up video, and we'll see her in some better stuff with higher Molagoras that last awaken, even though that's not going to do that much. But yeah, till then, make sure to tell me what you think in the comments down below. Leaving a like if you do enjoy is always greatly appreciated as well. Thanks as always for watching, and until next time.